This is Kathleen Selmans from KathleenSelmans.com. And I wanted to talk to you today about something that has come up recently with clients. I have a bunch of clients who are podcasters and bloggers and entrepreneurs and small business owners and therapists and coaches and all those kinds of things. And across the board, what they're telling me is that podcast downloads are down. Some of them are panicking. Some of them are pivoting. Why are podcast downloads down? Well, people aren't at the gym. People aren't commuting. That probably explains why I listen to so few podcasts, because I don't commute and I don't go to the gym. That sounded wrong, but the only time I ever commute is a 10-minute drive to the yoga studio, and that's the time that I'm listening to NPR or something like that. So I haven't listened to NPR since the social distancing. So for the last 3 weeks or whatever, leaving the house only to take walks around the neighborhood and the occasional grocery shopping. That is basically all that I've been doing. So here's what I recommend. Look at your downloads, but don't panic. This is what my client that I talked to yesterday, her epiphany was just that not only are people not downloading her stuff, but her page views are way, way up. And so what they want is they want a different way to consume the same content. So what she's done and what we're doing together is putting this together into some package, right? So she's writing a lot more. She's getting her podcast transcribed so people can consume them the way that they can, which for a lot of people is just, laying in bed and scrolling. So make your stuff scrollable. Be part of the stream. You don't have to interrupt the pattern. Just be part of the pattern. If you're finding that you're not listening to many podcasts, but you're watching videos, create videos. If you are finding that you personally are reading 10 times as much as you were reading 3 weeks ago, start writing good content. Some of us started out online as writers back in the dark ages when video wasn't as easy, but everybody could get a blog. We wrote without caring. We wrote without editing. We leaned into first draft publishing. Go back to that. I mean, sure, if you have the resources or the capability, give it a once over before you hit publish. But I think that the way to keep going is to create what people are consuming now. And people are reading more and people are watching videos sometimes, but people aren't listening to as many podcasts. And that's not just yours. That's probably all of them across the board. So don't feel like you can't do your podcast, but make sure people can consume your podcast in a different way. And if you're like my last client, if you have a really good idea for a download, create that. We put one together, the two of us together, put it together I spent 2 hours on the tech side of things, hooking it up to MailChimp and figuring out the format. And I think she spent a handful of hours creating the content herself. So we had an outline and she turned that outline into something lovely. And we made it a Google Doc. We didn't go to Canva because that was something that would take too long, but it doesn't matter, right? Like if you are creating, if people are at your website, make a new opt-in. What we're doing today is I'm going to reformat the opt-in. I'm going to add it to her exit intent pop-up, and she's going to get more subscribers for when things go back to a normal commute and they start listening. People need what you're saying. People need to understand the things that you're teaching, but if they're not consuming it on audio, give it to them another way. Thanks. I will be back on Monday morning. I will talk to everybody soon.